What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another gaming review. We haven't done a game review in a while, and I'm back at it again with another mobile game which took the world by storm. We are taking a look at Pokemon Go and how it affected the AR world. I do believe it came out in 2015, 2016. I could be wrong with the date there, but that's when it originally came out, and it did sort of collaborate only with iPhones. I wasn't able to have it on my phone, and I had a Samsung, so I do believe it was an iPhone exclusive for so long, and after that you was able to sort of get it on every other device, and I think that is incredible. But to be fair, it is the rise of AR. Everyone else copied them after they made this. There was like a Minecraft AR game where you found different blocks and animals to use and build with in your own little town. There was a Five Nights at Freddy's AR game where you had to survive and spot the sort of animatronics before they got to you. And there was so many other AR games that were coming out because of Pokemon Go, and you could even have the option to turn AR off, which I had most of the time. I did make YouTube videos on this Pokemon Go series, on this game. I went out and did them, so if you do want to go check them all out, there is a Pokemon Go playlist on the channel where you can go check out all the Pokemon Go videos that I have to offer, and I'm going to be going through what the game has to offer, and if I like it or not, and what it meant for AR and progression with technology. Because VR was just coming out, AR was just coming out. It was sort of a mix of augmented reality, sort of changing the game, making you see things which aren't really there. And it's been there for a while with the Snapchat filters, but this is the first time that it's ever been with like Pokemon and sort of a video game. So we tried it out, and I basically chose my favourite Pokemon, which is Boozle, as my sidekick companion, but it got boring very quickly. It was fun to start with for the first couple of weeks, but until you ran out of data, you was solid. When you ran out of data, you were sort of screwed and had to stay in your house and just look around your house, and it was quite shit to start with, if I'm being honest, because of the regional restrictions. Because you wasn't near like a body of water, because I lived around a lot of fields, it was mainly grass-type Pokemon, bug-type Pokemon, and Rattatas that were all around me, so I wasn't really getting many exciting new different Pokemons. And there was some Pokemons which were exclusive to different places around the world, so if you really wanted to go get some exclusive cool Pokemon, you'd have to travel the world and spend actual money to go see this world, see the other places that's obviously real, real different places like Paris, Japan, Germany, USA, India, China. Go see all these different places to get some exclusive Pokemon, and you're going there for like an AR game. So I genuinely didn't think it was worth it to travel just for a game, because I felt that was stupid, but it was literally taking the world by storm, getting people into so many car accidents, because people were playing it whilst driving to hunt down Pokemon, people were playing it near cliff edges, loads of people died, and that is really unfortunate, and it sort of turned the world against Pokemon Go, because of how many deaths, injuries, and sort of catastrophes were coming from it, and how they sort of tried to combat that was putting messages at the start of the game in loading screens saying, be aware of where you're walking, be careful, don't drive and play, don't do this, don't do that, and it just put warnings in the game. It didn't really do anything about it, and it still ended up with people losing their lives, and that, for a game, is really, really bad, especially for, I do believe it's the first game which has ended up in people dying, and that is some really bad rep for your game and for your sort of thing as a whole. It's really sad that people ended up dying because of this game, and it is genuinely awful, and my thoughts and wishes, prayers, and I hope the families are okay with the people that ended up dying or losing their lives due to this game. This game also had so many other things go wrong with it. It had loads of people rushing to places, causing mass sort of traffic jams and junctions because of people rushing to get this one Pokemon. I know a lot of shops tried to join in on the trend as well by putting out some smell-up things all day so you could go catch Pokemon there. I know we went to go find one. It was in York City Centre. They let off quite a few of these smelly things to sort of bring and attract digital Pokemon for you to go and catch, and that was also to try and get in more business. So a lot of people tried to hop on this trend, but it did get boring after a while because there wasn't enough Pokemon in your area. It was all very sort of basic, and it was targeted towards kids, and kids can't go that far on their own. Kids can't go traveling to get all these different Pokemons. So I ended up getting a Boozle, and I stopped playing it. I got it again to play it with my girlfriend, but even then I didn't get too much with it, and I didn't bother with it too much. I did play it at work a little bit with just seeing what Pokemon were around me, and again it was all the same type of Pokemon. There was never anything new, never anything fresh, and it just felt very repetitive and boring, and I genuinely lost interest in it quite quickly. I like the normal Pokemon games, but it didn't involve me having to actually walk around and go places because, again, I don't have time to go around and go places, and the Pokemon don't stay there for long. They're only there for like an hour or two, and then it'll cycle out and rotate and swap between different Pokemon. It did have a good influx and a good sort of push for technology, and AR technology and VR technology is only getting better and better, and this brought a load of people's attention to it and how good it could be. Obviously, with it being Pokemon, it's already got a huge fan base and a huge sort of group to back it, but now AR has progressed so far and so quickly. Technology as a whole is progressing so quickly, but AR was sort of pushed to the forefront of it with VR because of Pokemon Go. And I know Google or Elon Musk is working on some glasses to get augmented reality into the sort of workplace and into other places as well. But again, because it had such a huge effect on people, making them waste so much money on travel, ending their lives or severely injuring them, I can't give this game above a 5. I know it's not the game's fault and it should be the responsibility of the users, but again, I don't know. I felt like it was a really big craze, and I don't think it lasted too long either because of how boring it got and how little Pokemon there was to collect in your area. And I know people were playing it in school and they were rushing to the toilets because they found like a Pikachu or whatever. They were asking to leave the classroom to go wander around and find Pokemon, and it was just a huge, I don't know, I think it was a huge sort of fail, but it was also a success in some ways. For society, it was a fail. It was taking over their lives, and it was sort of a big trend that everyone had to be on. Everyone was hopping on, ended up hurting people, and I just don't think that was good. But again, it was a pretty crappy game as well, with how boring it was and how slow the gameplay actually felt, and you having to walk to places. Obviously you can't walk that quickly, so it did feel really slow, but it was quite good to sort of build friendships and build bonds where you can get people where you can go out and sort of go around with and sort of go walking around to find Pokemon together. And I thought that was quite cool and quite interesting. But again, the lack of Pokemon as well was a big issue for me, and it didn't really look that good, and the Pokemon sounds were awful. They don't say their names anymore. They just make awful, high-pitched sort of screeches, which made my phone sort of, I don't know, it felt like my ears were bleeding when I tapped on them and they made sounds. So I am going to give this game a 3 out of 10. I don't play it anymore, and I know it's had a lot of updates to sort of change the spawn rate of Pokemon, but I don't think it's enough, so I am going to have to give it like a 3 out of 10 due to everything else around it as well, and like the stigma and everything. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. If you do want some more game news videos or game reviews, please comment down below what you want me to talk about, because I do take suggestions. I'll go play the game and I'll come back to you with my review on it, and I might even do a sort of playthrough or a let's play on the channel as well. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye. There is also 2 links in the description. The top one is to help Thankmas, which is running through all of December. You can still donate. Sean has done his live, but you can still take part and still donate and help out because it's going through all of December. There is also the second link in the description, which is to take you to all the other content that I have to offer. If you want a little bit more Tyler Price in your life, you can go check out there, get my Twitch, my Instagram, my X, my TikTok, my YouTube. Anything else that I have to offer will be on there. But here's my favourite Pokemon, it's Boozle. Definitely had him as my companion, and I loved him. He is like the best Pokemon ever. So other than that, I'm actually done now, bye.